This is the Xiaomi 12T Pro. It comes with a massive 200 megapixel camera, the first here in Malaysia, with a crazy fast charging up to 120 watts of Xiaomi Hypercharge. And the best part of it all is the fact that it comes at a price of only 2,699 ringgit. So, what else is crazy good about this phone? Let's unbox and find out, shall we? Now, my initial feeling about the box is how heavier it felt, and we shall find out why. As usual, the box comes in white with the 200 megapixel logo on the top left, the Mi logo on the top right, 12 in the middle, and Xiaomi 12T Pro and is sound by Harman Kardon down below. Then at the bottom side of the box, you'll find the specs and the variant that you choose. Opening the box, inside the smaller box, there's the SIM ejector pin, the paperwork, and the transparent soft TPU case. Then you'll find the phone itself. Underneath there's a USB-A to USB-C cable. And what makes the box heavier, as mentioned earlier, is this fella over here, the massive 120 watts Xiaomi Hypercharge adapter. Now this fella is quite heavy, but that's good because it does come inside of the box. So my first impression when I held the phone was how familiar it felt. Now the overall design looked very similar to the Xiaomi 12 Pro, which is an excellent thing because I love how the Xiaomi 12 Pro felt in my hands, and that was the same on this Xiaomi 12T Pro, but of course with a slightly bigger camera bump to fit the 200 megapixel sensor. But the good news is that even though the camera bump was more prominent, but you can still type the phone's keyboard on the surface, so that was great as it didn't wobble at all. Now the finish on the smartphone was also something that I really appreciated too, as it was entirely in matte, hence it's not a fingerprint magnet. Now even though it has a massive battery inside, which I'll go into later, it did feel pretty light in the hands at a mere 205 grams. And in terms of the color options, the variant that I have is called black, which is nice because there's no any funky name which some smartphone manufacturers tend to do. And it also comes in blue and silver, and I have to say that the silver looks pretty nice in pictures, and I can't wait to get my hands on that too. Now Xiaomi has really been raising the bar on their smartphone displays as of late. So it was on this 12T Pro, where it comes with a 6.67-inch Crystal Res AMOLED display with a high resolution of 2712 by 122 pixels and a 120Hz refresh rate, which you can set to dynamic, which adjusts according to your usage, or just switch it to either 60Hz or 120Hz. And during my quick hands-on experience, I found that the dynamic settings to be the best, as it was very nice and fluid with no lag and multitasking and navigating on the screen. Now in terms of the video content consumption, you'll be pleased to know that it has Widevine L1 rating on Netflix with HDR10 support, and coupled with a dual stereo speaker system tuned by Harman Kardon and Dolby Atmos, you will definitely love watching videos on the phone. Also worth mentioning is the fact that the phone has the SGS, Low Visual Fatigue certification, and adaptive reading mode as well as a super fast responsive in-display fingerprint sensor. And now let's talk about the overall camera specs. Now as mentioned, the main lens is a massive 200 megapixel with a very fast aperture value of f1.69 with OIS. Then there's the 8 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide angle lenses, a 2 megapixel macro camera, and the front camera is a huge 20 megapixel f2.24 selfie lens. Now based on my quick test shots, because of how extremely high resolution the camera sensor and the aperture value on this main lens is, you'll expect some mega cool shots, whether you're using the 200 megapixel mode or even the regular photo mode. Now what's super sweet is that with the 200 megapixel mode, you can actually zoom up to 2 times, which uses the in-sensor zoom technology, and with this, it makes all the photos taken to be extremely detailed and sharp. So with this mode, it gives you further benefits for landscape and even scenery photography, making this a perfect companion for your travels and of course nighttime photography as well. Now the camera also features the Xiaomi Pro Cut and the Ultra Burst, which I'm looking forward to test out even further, which helps you to intelligently crop and create professional looking content. And another interesting feature is Xiaomi's Pro Focus AI tracking technology, which combines motion tracking focus, motion capture and eye tracking focus so that you can track moving images even more clearly. Then the ultra-wide lenses also look great as seen in these images. Now as for video recording, it can record up to 8K 24 frames per second for the rear lens. Then the front camera records up to 1080p 60 frames per second as usual. So stay tuned for my full camera test during my full video review. So subscribe to Adam Lobo TV if you haven't done so. Now with the price that Xiaomi is charging for this 12T Pro, I was seriously shocked by the fact that they didn't compromise when it comes to the performance of this powerful beast, as it comes with the latest and greatest Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset, which has a 4nm process, and the phone starts with an 8GB variant with the additional 3GB of virtual memory, and you can even upgrade to a 12GB variant if you really need that amount of RAM. Because based on me using this 8GB variant, which has the LPDDR5 RAM, it did perform just perfect. From the image processing as seen earlier, to the overall multitasking and loading several apps without any overheating issues, and also reducing power consumption, hence saving up on the battery life. Now speaking of battery, the Xiaomi 12T Pro comes with a huge 5000 mAh of battery with up to a massive 120 watts Xiaomi Hypercharge, where you can get from 1% to 100% with just 19 minutes. Crazy. And by now, we all should not be worried about Xiaomi phones potentially going kaboom, thanks to the adaptive charging technology that Xiaomi has put into the adapter and the phone's power efficient chipset. So once again, stay tuned for my full video review on my battery test when I use this phone daily to find out how much of a screen on time that I get on the phone. So yes, with these fantastic specs and my brief usage of the phone, it clearly opens the door for people like you and me to really afford flagship level specs without paying a typical flagship level price, which other smartphone makers tend to do. So yes, with this you don't have to sell your kidney for you to afford the Xiaomi 12T Pro. Now speaking of the price, the Xiaomi 12T Pro comes in two variants, where the 8 Plus 256GB variant is priced at only 2,699 ringgit, and the 12 Plus 256GB variant, which is priced at only 2,999 ringgit, which is still below the 3,000 mark as well, where you'll get a free Xiaomi Smart Band 7 Pro and the Redmi Buds 3 Pro if you pre-order either of these variants. And on top of that, with every purchase of the Xiaomi 12T series, you'll get a 1+1 year extended warranty worth 499 ringgit and a free screen replacement worth 199 ringgit, and I'll leave links down below for you to get yourself one. So with this, do let me know what exactly that you would like to know and test further on this new Xiaomi 12T Pro in the comment section below, and I'll answer to your questions during my full video review of this phone.